Blake is an election denier with an endorsement from Donald Trump. She'll take on Democrat Katie Hobbs in November.
Trump-backed election deniers like the GOP choice for Senate, Blake Masters, did well across Arizona Tuesday night. In the fight to oversee state elections as Secretary of State, Republicans chose Mark Fincham, who was in Washington on January 6th and said he wouldn't have certified the 2020 results.
Well, when you steal something, that's not really a win. That's a fraud.
Elections experts are worried these types of candidates could be victorious in November.
These election deniers in offices that oversee elections or have some responsibility for the democratic process in those states could work substantially to try to undermine that process and create chaos and confusion.
Out in the state of Arizona, it is possible for governor, for United States Senate, for Attorney General, and for Secretary of State, Republican candidates in Arizona, one of the troubling themes in this election year, election deniers.
The only way they can win is if they load up the voter rolls with dead people, people who've moved, and imaginary friends.
Somebody who is not afraid to take on the establishment crowd that tells them you need to move on. Nothing happened. It's okay. Donald Trump lost. Okay, cheating is not winning.
And what the radical left has done by hijacking our elections, cloaked it with these mail-in ballots, is wrong.
This is not about partisanship. This really is about what does American democracy mean and what kind of candidates are being nominated to roles where they could have pivotal decision-making over the integrity of elections.
Right, and I mentioned just about, it's a possibility that Republicans in Arizona will have a statewide slate of people who are election denied.
Meanwhile, in Arizona's Senate race, Democrat Mark Kelly is set to face off against Trump-backed venture capitalist Blake Masters, another election denier. And yet another Trump-backed candidate, Mark Fincham, has won the GOP race for Secretary of State. He's an election denier and has been one of the loudest voices promoting the former president's unsubstantiated claims that the election was rigged. If he wins in November, he would oversee Arizona's elections.
Trump-endorsed candidate and election denier is now the head of the election system there, Secretary of State, or one of the primary for such. Mark Fincham is his name. He could become the top elections official in Arizona, which is something that has some Democrats and Republicans concerned. Both of them love Trump. Both of them were election deniers.
The Secretary of State, Mark Fincham, who has been on the QAnon circuit, who is also an election denier, Abe Hamadeh for Attorney General, and U.S. Senate Blake Masters. So, Aaron, at least at the top of the ticket, it does appear, if Blake holds on, this could be a clean sweep of Trump-endorsed candidates in the state of Arizona.
Your Republican Party's next nominee for governor could be an election denier who says Donald Trump won. She's currently in the lead. It wasn't just Arizona. Across the country, candidates backed by Donald Trump who are openly and proudly election deniers won Republican primaries. Not all. There were some repudiations, but it happened in multiple states. What does this tell you about your party?
And I'd also note one, I just want to mention my friend Peter Meyer in Michigan, one of the impeachment 10, came into office, a veteran, a successful businessman, honestly just one of the most principled young leaders I've gotten to know, lost his race for telling the truth. And now the nominee there is an election denier, election denier, election denier, election denier, election denier, election denier,